Hello everyone, welcome back to Periwinkle Dream Studio. Today I am setting up my 2026 reading journal. Before I move into setting up the inside of this journal, I'm going to add a little bit of decoration to the outside. I did this last year and I really thought it was nice. It didn't hold up all the way throughout this year, some of the washi is peeling, but that's fine. So I'm adding this cute croissant washi tape across the top and the bottom, and then I have this sticker book that's full of a lot of little shops and bakeries on the inside, so I chose one that was a brown theme, and I also chose a couple pieces of washi and some of these little washi stickers from Daiso, and together it made this cute simple spread. Okay, now we can finally get into the inside. Last year, 2025, was the first year that I had a reading journal and I really enjoyed it. However, halfway through the year, I fell off because of time constraints, but I'm a firm believer in giving stuff more than one try. So I'm going to try again this year, and if I don't use it this year, then maybe reading journals aren't for me. I really enjoyed the setup that I did for last year, so I'll be recreating that exact same setup in this one. However, if you've seen my video from last year, which I'll link in the cards above, it was teddy bear themed, and this year I'm going for a bakery/baked goods theme. So let's get started. The first spread that I'm working on right now is my TBR, and I have 8 different genres that I split my books into, and they are color coded, and I use this color coded system throughout the entire year, which I'll show you in later videos. The genres that I have split my books into are sci-fi, fantasy, and dystopian, humor/comedy, thriller, mystery, horror, and gothic, because I don't really tend to read a lot of horror or gothic or thriller, but I do love mysteries. And cozy mysteries is a separate genre because I feel like they're on a different level than regular mystery books. For the other 4, I have contemporary, historical fiction, black fiction, and romance. I rarely read romance, but there's a couple that kind of piqued my interest, so I've been including this genre. I also have these little glassine pouches that I had for my business that I cut down, and I use these to hold the book stickers that I make. So I make little stickers of the covers of the books. That way I can put them down when I do my book reviews, so to speak. As I mentioned, these are color coded, so along with color coded washi tape, I also have a couple of utensils that I use when I'm doing my book reviews. So I have dot pens for most of the colors, a coordinating Tombow dual brush pen, and then some type of fine liner for writing that also matches. Here's how the spread looked when I was finished. I added some stickers to each of the little glassine pouches just to make it a little cute, and I tried to coordinate the colors. By the way, I made these stickers using Canva. I only do this because these are for personal use and I won't be selling them. So if you have a sticker maker and you're doing a personal project, I highly recommend going to find yourself some coordinating stickers on Canva. The last touches on this spread are the letters TBR that I use my own personal letter stickers that I made the template myself. I drew the letters and then I made them into stickers using my silhouette, and I will be using those stickers, those letter stickers, throughout this entire book setup. Alright, moving on to the next spread. The left half is going to be my upcoming releases page. I did this last year and I enjoyed it. It's where I record some of the books that I'm looking forward to. Of course, last year, the last Hunger Games book was on that list. So anything that I see that piques my interest, I go on to Goodreads every once in a while and look at upcoming books, and I'll write them in here if I want to keep an eye on them. This one is a pretty easy spread, a really small one. I only leave 3 lines for each month. I write pretty small, and again, I only write down a few books for this section. I'm not like someone who keeps up with the books like that, but I still want to have a space to record anything that piques my interest. This one's getting a cute little baguette sticker at the top, and I'm sticking to the baked goods thing. And I'm utilizing some of these glittery sticker Korean sheets that I got off of Amazon with baked goods on them, and just sticking that all over the place just to make it a little bit cohesive. As you can see, I also use some of the colors that I use for the genres of the books. I'll use those to differentiate the months throughout this setup as well. Moving on to the right hand side, this is going to be my series tracker. I didn't use this spread as much last year, but I still want to include it just in case. This is where if I start a series that has more than read 2 books, I want to be able to record them in here and to be able to have a place where I can know which ones I've read, which ones I still need to read. If you read Cozy Mysteries, you know that a lot of them have like 10 books in them at least. So I want to be able to have a space where I can log that. And this is just the perfect place. It's very simple. It's just literally a box. I don't really have a special way of recording it. I'll just probably draw some circles and like color them in as I finish each book in a series. Yeah, so that one's simple. Alright, moving on to the next spread. This is for my author backlist and my narrator backlist. I also include these spreads because oftentimes, as we all know, if you're reading a book that you really enjoy, you might go and look up what other books that author has written because you like their writing style or the book just really touched you in some sort of way. And likewise for me, I also have that feeling for narrators. So I listen to a lot of ebooks, and sometimes the ebooks, the person who reads it is such a good narrator that I want to be able to go through my Libby app and see which books they've narrated, and I'll solely listen to those books just because they've narrated it. So for these spreads, I'm keeping it simple just like the rest of the spreads. I have some ripped paper in the top corners, and then I've added a couple of bakery themed stickers, a cute brown plaid washi at the bottom, and some more stickers just to tie it in. Again, just like the series tracker, this is going to be a blank page that I'll just fill in as the year goes by. Alright, moving along to my monthly favorites. I really enjoyed this spread for my last year's reading journal, and basically each month I choose the book that rated the highest on my personal scale. I'd grade my books or judge my books, rate my books, however you want to call it, using the CallPile system, but as well as my own personal system. I think the CallPile system is an overall good apprehensive way of rating a book, but at the same time it could rate terribly on the CallPile system, but you could still love it, or it could rate high on the CallPile system, but you could hate it. So I also have a personal rating, so I use my personal rating to pick the book that rated the highest, and I put the sticker under the month for each one. So across the page I just have a piece of ripped paper. I've put down some patterned washi tape along the sides, added a couple of baked goods stickers, and then as you saw on some other spreads, I used the coordinating colors for the month. And again, I used my letter stickers to spell out the first 3 letters of each of the months. I really like seeing this spread get filled up as the year goes by, so stay tuned for more reading journal videos. Okay, on to this next spread. I have not seen anyone do a spread like this. This is something that I decided to add in my last year's reading journal because at the time I had never been out the country. This year my sister surprised me with a cruise, so I did go to Honduras and Mexico, but other than that I'm not well traveled, so I want to keep track of where my books take me. My books take me all around the world, all to fictional lands, to places that exist in real life, places that I would love to go, places that I've never even heard of, so I want to be able to look back and see what I've read and where they took me. So I have this split between 2 different spreads or 4 sheets of paper, and each area of the world has its own little section. So I have North America, Central and South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, and Oceania, the Arctic, and then the last section, the 8th section, is for fictional lands because I also want to keep track of that because sometimes the world building that these authors do is pretty amazing. So for these ones, I just have 3 strips of washi, one at the top, one in the middle, and one at the bottom, with stickers on the edges. The middle piece of washi tape separates the sections so that I can have 2 sections per sheet or per page to end up with 8 ultimately. And I spelled out around the world at the very top on the first spread because that's what I call this spread for myself. So those 2 are done, and I can't wait to see where my books take me this year. Alright, the last spread is books read. I like to keep a comprehensive list of all the books that I read. I also color code this depending on the genre, and it just helps me to have an overlook, like a brief overlook of the books I've read. I don't know why I do this, but it's something I did last year that I liked, so I'll be doing that again. For both spreads, I just have a piece of ripped paper in one corner and then a couple of strips of washi in the other. Both of those pieces get a little sticker, and I have 4 sheets dedicated to this spread as well because I never know how many books I'm going to read. So after that comes the last page, which isn't really a spread, but I needed a way to separate the spreads from my monthly spreads that I do throughout the year. So it's just a little page where I glue some more pieces of those glassine pouches. In the top one, I keep my currently reading, so I just moved in the stickers from my 2025 reading journal, and they're the books that I plan to read next. And then I have another little pouch that says extras, and that's for any of the stickers that I come across that I want to use for my monthly spreads. I've added a piece of washi at the bottom and a sticker just to make everything cohesive. And that's going to be everything done for my 2026 reading journal. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing, but only if you want to. And with that being said, you never have to be the best, just try your best, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye friends!